Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. Thank you. This is Sellavin. Let's give my latest review of Naruto Shippuden, episode 458. Hey, she's the beginning. Hey, we finally get to see Kaguya Otsutsuki in all her glory right now. So, like seeing how the way she does things, and we get to see some changes. Like for example, we get to see there's a new opening. It's called Blood Circulated by Asian Kung Fu Revolution. I like it. It has a nice rock theme, it's pretty nice. And so, but we don't get a new ending. I mean, we got the new ending weeks ago, just when we were still in the middle of our Itachi story arc, and it's a nice story, I like it, and I like the song too. Anyway, guess it's when the episode beginning, it gave us, that kind of dark theme because it didn't make a sound, but then all of a sudden we start hearing heartbeats, like ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. We start hearing heartbeats and stuff like that. And it turns out those heartbeats were the heartbeats of the people who were wrapped up in the vines of the divine tree, the God tree. They're having their chakra literally sucked out and poured in so they can, to Kaguya, so she can come forth into this being. And Black Setsu, he was making himself of, he was gathering all the power, and he's an extension of Kaguya's will. He is actually. Madara thought that he created him, but he in turn is creation from. He in turn was created from Kaguya's will, long ago before she was sealed away. Now, I'll get into that explanation some other time, and because it's a lot of story. It's all complicated, stuff like that, And seeing how Kaguya, how she fights back, she doesn't uses her arms and legs. She just lifts her arms up. Just by the power of her will alone, she can extend. And seeing how Black Zetsu, summoned her chakra, and poured it from the others. We also get to see, like, we all know that in the end, all those people who having their chakra sucked out of them, they're gonna be turned into white Zetsu. They're gonna be slaves for Kaguya. Yeah, they're gonna be literally food for her. She doesn't treat them as human beings. She's gonna just use them as tools, which is pretty damning. Pretty sad to think about it. This episode was definitely had a lot of quotes. The animation was spot on. One of my things I watched the most was when Kaguya, when she was taking that when Naruto and Sasuke, they were fighting and they were trying to hold their own against Kaguya. We saw Sakura; she was literally petrified with fear. I'm like, who is this person? Why did Madara turn into her? And why is she here? Like, seeing how petrified she be. Like, she obviously knows she can't hold a candle to these two. So she literally can't understand the kind of person or being they're dealing with. Kaguya is practically a god that surpasses even those around themselves, I mean, it's definitely very hard to deal with. I mean, and Sasuke said it himself. Oh, like Hagoromo, the Sage of Six Paths, knew that she would appear sooner or later. That's one of the reasons why he gave him the light and shadow symbols, the sealing spell, the jutsu and their power. Like he did that so then one day when she would appear, they would be ready to face her. Because two are better than one, especially when he gave them their power. He created the sealing jutsu. It's definitely very, problematic. It's not something you should actually deal with. Like, seeing how the episode went, I did overall love it because we get to see the animation, how they handle with the different situations. How Kaguya, she transformed into the lava world, burning everything. Like how Sasuke and Naruto, they use their powers. Naruto using his golden chakra for his golden sage powers. Sasuke using his Susanoo Rinnegan, and they're still feudal to them. It's still feudal to how powerful she is. I mean, she's the god of chakra. She brought chakra to humanity in a way, and now she is the one who first wielded chakra. If she was the very first, it makes sense that she would be the strongest. Now she's a very overhyped character. That's one of the reasons why she's like literally the final, like literally like the main bad guy in Naruto Ultimate Storm Ninja, on Ninja 4. You know, she's literally like the last obstacle before you get to face your true final opponent. Who is it? Not gonna say. You know, it's definitely seeing how they fare individually. You know, but we also get to learn that they have to learn to work with each other. Even though they're strong individually, working together is the main point. I mean, otherwise they're not going to defeat Kaguya just rushing in blindly. She's not that kind of opponent that you can deal with just with force. And they know this, you know. We also get to see that Sasuke, Sasuke, he's trying to tell it as it is, you know, especially when it comes to them, you know, working together. And if either of us, if one or both of us die, everybody's done for. That I helped you out, but I also saved Kakashi and Hakura because they were there. Like, we get it, you saved their lives, but you acted on instinct. I think there was a part of him, you know, that didn't care about them, saving them a little bit, you know, it was just an inconvenience. Seeing how well they did so, how well they did it, you know, it's definitely, you know, very, very unique and a nice change in pace, you know. We also get to learn some of their abilities. Like, not like Sasuke, he has the ability to transport himself. We have to know that Naruto can levitate. I mean, Madara can levitate too. Kakashi pointed that out. When Madara first gained the power of the six paths, he had the ability to levitate as well. This is a major game change. You know, this is something they gotta think about to use this. But one of the things I thought about the most was at the end, and when Kaguya, opens she just like tears reality, opens a doorway, and sneaks up behind these guys. Like, I like this episode because it was straight canon to the manga, and it does it in such a huge way. Right? I mean, I know we're back to canon, you know, canon, and they did it so perfectly, you know. But it looks like they're trying to veer off course a little bit. Like, she grabs them to remember when she sees. Remember when Kaguya sees both Naruto and Sasuke, she's ushered and India, the reincarnations of her grandchildren, but she has Hagoromo and Kogura, her own sons who fought against her and stealed her away. Like, these two reminds her of her own two sons, who she loved and shared her power with, but yet tossed her away. Hey, I mean, you guys, and she was crying throughout the whole time, even though she did such terrible things, she was powerful and mad. She was still a mother, and knowing that her own children who she gave birth to, literally turned her back on her and betrayed her. That's like that cuts very, very deep. You know, no matter what you say, betrayal is never an easy. But she was crazy. You know, they knew that they had to stop her, otherwise humanity would literally bow to her will. You know, I mean, they had no choice. It had to be done, but still, you know, like, I did like this episode. Overall, I did like it, you know, because it was straight out of the manga. It was canon. We finally got back into the main story, and it was good. I did like it. The animation, you know, was spot on, nice. We get to see some of the things from the character, especially when Kakashi managed to save himself from diving into the lava, and he attached a kunai to a rope. He attached a kunai to a scroll and used it as rope, and he just pinned Obito's hand in with a kunai, you know. He saved Obito, but, you know, he's still knocked out. He won't wake up for a while, I know. And it looks like we get to see some stuff from next week's episode, the preview. It looks like we get to see the origins of Kaguya, like before she stole, the fruit and the fruit from the divine tree, you know. But we never saw that before in the manga or anime before. Now, I know we just got off of filler, and we're going back to canon. This feels like filler a little bit because we get to see stuff that we never got to see before, you know. But now we get to learn the origin of what really happened, how the Kaguya became so powerful. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed and subscribe. Thank you. This is Sellavin, and I'll give my list. You on Naruto Shippuden episode 459. She's the beginning. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Signing off.